My sister just came from Africa, and she wanted to show off my new figure. This is the mood. Dream catchers. Yeah. My sister Naomi, I love you. Everything you're doing for our people. A true queen. This is our mood right here.
We going to Nigeria, brother?
We going to Nigeria. We going to Kenya, Ivory Coast, Senegal. Yeah!
When I say that Diddy's camp is still boiling, I mean that you have all likely seen that Kash Patel, the new director of the FBI, has stated his intention to expose the Epstein and Diddy lists, and that Diddy's self-proclaimed sister is the one person that everyone knows will be on his list. Campbell, Naomi, I'm going to see him this weekend, and I'm really proud of Puff. You and Puffy are very close, and everyone said that at some point we will have to have a conversation about how Naomi Campbell's name is always somehow connected to some of the worst scandals in the industry, from Weinstein to Epstein to Diddy to blood diamonds and even stealing charity funds. Well, now is probably the best time to have that conversation, and guess what? Tyra Banks allegedly has a few things she wants to share about Naomi Campbell. As a young girl, I didn't understand that the woman I looked up to seemed to just not want me there and was doing everything in her power to make me leave. I'm going to get to whatever is going on with Tyra and Naomi soon, but first, let's take a look at why people are saying that Naomi Campbell should be investigated for her connection to Diddy and the role she played in his crimes. For starters, even though Naomi has been very silent with everything that has happened with Diddy, I had a very painful first few days in Paris. Diddy as an example, Naomi shared this picture of herself with Diddy with the caption, "You inspire me every day, your passion, your drive for perfection, your spirit ignites. I love you, brother." During Diddy's 50th birthday, Naomi also shared a video with Diddy with the same caption, "You inspire me every day, happy 50th birthday, brother. I hope you have another 50. There are really several pictures of Diddy and Naomi together, including some of Roll with Cassie, like this one with Naomi, Diddy, and Cassie in Dubai, that I will always have by my side. I mean, Naomi is even the one who threw the lavish birthday party for Diddy back in November 2023, but just a week later, Cassie launched accusations at Diddy, which led Naomi to scrub any photos from Diddy's party. Regardless, like I said, the evidence of their friendship is extensive, and what people are saying is that Naomi may have witnessed a lot of the things that happened to Cassie and other people at the hands of Diddy and did nothing about it, just like when she did nothing when Epstein was being a devil to the women he took to his island. About the Epstein situation, we knew that many of the people who associated with Epstein were already exposed like 2 years ago, when a judge in charge found no legal justification for continuing to withhold the names of almost 200 individuals connected with Epstein and ordered the unsealing to begin most of the prominent names that appeared in the documents were already associated in some way with Epstein for allegations of wrongdoing for having worked with Epstein, flown on his planes, or visited his homes, and one of the names that came up a lot was Naomi. The thing is, at first, Naomi was denying any connection to Epstein, but when people put pressure on her, she said that she was introduced to Epstein on her 31st birthday by her ex-boyfriend Flavio Bor, and that Epstein was always front and center at Victoria's Secret fashion shows. She said that she had no idea that Epstein was using her name to attract young girls interested in modeling, and as he did with many others, he overstated their acquaintanceship. She even said that she deeply regrets having had any contact with Epstein after his conviction, and said that despite rubbing shoulders with Epstein, who she called one of the hundreds of thousands of people that she stood next to take a picture, she said she was unaware of Epstein's alleged crimes at the time.
This is a direct character assassination. I've always said that I'm not a saint, that I am a work in progress, but I will not be held hostage by my past. What he's done is indefensible. And when I heard of what he'd done, it sickened me to my stomach, just like everybody else. Because I've had my fair share of predators, and thank God that I had good people around me that protected me from this. I mean, right now I stand with the victims. I can't, they're scarred for life. For life. I've rubbed shoulders with hundreds of thousands of people.
Then, while defending herself, Naomi also ended her video with a statement reading: "The frightening conclusion here is that if the negative action of your neighbor, colleague, or even an associate can somehow make you guilty too simply by association, then we indeed live in very worrying times. This affects us all. It's wrong, it's unfair, and it must be stopped." Well, she may have said that she did not have any direct link to Epstein, but people said that given how much they interacted, Naomi possibly saw what was happening and did nothing about it. As a matter of fact, one of the girls who was taken to the island even called her out for this, saying, "You saw me at your parties, you saw me in Epstein's homes, you saw me on the plane, you saw me get my hair cut, you saw me on the streets, you saw me." So, according to many people, she saw exactly what was going on and only defended herself when everything blew up. Plus, there have been receipts clearly placing Naomi in private jets that went to the island, meaning chances are pretty high that she saw exactly what was happening, just like we have a ton of photos and videos placing her in the same vicinity with Diddy and a bunch of others, of both of them calling each other family, but she's here pretending that she never saw anything. Now, with people calling out Naomi and questioning her involvement with Diddy, we have people like Tyra Banks allegedly saying that she sees where people are coming from cause she has experienced Naomi's wrath firsthand. We did a fashion show. I don't remember what it was. It might have been Jenny or something like that in Milan, and we were doing that fashion show backstage, and you came up to me right when I was about you mentioned something as you were leaving. And it's hilarious because it was so strange at the time. I didn't believe you could really say that. What did I say? You said something like, "You'll never be me. Don't ever think that you'll be me." Yes, before I even go into that, let's all agree that Naomi and Tyra both made history for women of color around the world. Naomi Campbell and Tyra Banks, two of the most iconic and successful models in the history of fashion, have both shattered barriers throughout their careers, but their journey to the top has not been without its complexities, especially in their interactions with each other. Naomi Campbell's rise to prominence began in the late 1980s, and she was the first black model to appear on the cover of French Vogue in 1988. This was a groundbreaking moment in the fashion industry, as Naomi was not only challenging the Eurocentric standards of beauty but also breaking into an exclusive and predominantly white industry. In 1997, Naomi made history again, becoming the first black model to grace the cover of American Vogue's coveted September issue. She also made her mark as the first black woman to open a Prada show, further solidifying her influence and place within the fashion world. Naomi's achievements during this time were monumental, establishing her as a trailblazer in an industry where diversity was and often still is scarce.
I remember this because I was so new and young. You said, "I have to ask you something. Do they try to make you look like me?"
Right.
And I said, I don't know about so much now, but in LA, yeah, they really did with the little short black whips and
you
stuff.
told me that, yeah, I
yes.
remember.
And Naomi, you got...
Tyra's influence extended far beyond magazine covers, as she also became the first woman of color to wear the iconic Victoria's Secret fantasy bra, an honor traditionally reserved for the top models in the world. Tyra also made history by being the first black woman featured in the Victoria's Secret catalog, and she went on to become a Victoria's Secret angel, a role that further cemented her place as one of the top supermodels of the era. In addition to these remarkable achievements, there were notable parallels in Naomi and Tyra's careers, particularly with their involvement in the music industry. In 1991, Tyra appeared in Michael Jackson's Black or White music video, a groundbreaking production that tackled race and cultural differences. Naomi followed in 1992 when she played the lead lady in the music video for Jackson's In the Closet. Both models were associated with the King of Pop, which added another layer to their legendary status and broadened their influence. Despite their individual success, there has always been a prevailing assumption that Tyra
got up, pushed me away, and said, "Yeah, I thought so," and you turned.
I did.
You went from the sweetest woman that was giving me vitamins to someone that terrified me on that trip.
Oh my God.
And
understandable, I can understand.
I was told on that trip that I was sent home because she
entered the modeling industry after Naomi and was in some way following in her footsteps. This assumption was challenged in 2005 when Tyra Banks invited Naomi Campbell to appear on the Tyra Banks Show, a platform Tyra had created to discuss and confront various issues in the entertainment industry. During this appearance, Tyra addressed a long-standing rumor of a rivalry between them, alleging that Naomi had once said, backstage at a fashion show, "You'll never be me, don't think you can be me." Tyra claimed that Naomi felt threatened by her presence and tried to sabotage her career at various points in their shared industry. Naomi, however, vehemently denied these accusations. She responded by saying that she was not the type of person to speak ill of others or to intentionally undermine someone else's success. Naomi expressed that the words Tyra remembered did not reflect her true character, stating, "If that's what you remember, I accept that person, but that doesn't sound like me to people who know me." Her response was marked by a calm refusal to acknowledge the allegations, suggesting that if Tyra perceived her actions in such a way, it wasn't a reflection of Naomi's intent or behavior. Tyra Banks, on the other hand, made her own groundbreaking moves in the 1990s. In 1996, she became the first black woman to appear on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, a major milestone that challenged the lack of diversity in mainstream modeling, particularly in the realm of swimwear. That same year, she also made history by becoming the first African American to appear on the cover of GQ, another major achievement in her career. This public confrontation raised many questions about their relationship, both personal and professional. While the modeling industry often pits women against one another in a competitive and cutthroat environment, it's clear that both Naomi and Tyra have each contributed immensely to changing the landscape of fashion and media, particularly in terms of representation. Their journey is one of overcoming obstacles, battling stereotypes, and breaking down barriers for women of color in an industry that had long been resistant to change. Yet, despite their accomplishments and the parallels in their careers, it remains unclear whether their relationship is defined by competition, misunderstanding, or mutual respect.